It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. Welcome to the Becoming Iconic with Cheryl Pullins, the Daily Show. Here's where we help multi-passionate women shine their brightest light, share their message, and serve more people by going from generic to iconic. Take a moment to hop over to the Build Your Iconic Personal Brand community on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, then come on over at some point and join the community. So today, what are we talking about? We're continuing our talk on content. Using content to build, grow, expand, amplify your personal brand. So, today we are going to talk about how do you find out what you want your theme to be, what you want your topic to be, what are your talking points going to be? How do you fill in the blanks with that? That's what we're talking about on today's show. So, just to do a little recap, so I can catch you up, and you might have to go back and watch the two or three previous shows to kind of get caught up. But we talked about what is content, and we talked about how content is used to establish your credibility, to build your industry authority as a person that people can come to with a specific kind of knowledge. We also said that content is what? Images, it's video, it's words, it's audio, it's all these different ways to connect with your audience, to build a relationship. Then we talked about the like how do you plan your content? We talked about the theme, we talked about the topics, we talked about the talking points, we talked about our 3 T's for content planning. And then today again we're going to talk about, okay, where am I going to, like, how do I know what I should be talking about as it relates to my followers, as it relates to my ideal client, my ideal customer? What kind of content should I be talking about? So, I'm going to give you a few sources where you can go and you can see what the conversations are. And then you can decide how you're going to deliver the answer. Okay, so I'm going to give you some content resources. All right, so make sure you get your pen, make sure you get your paper, share this out. I always ask you, please share this out. That way, the algorithms give me some love, especially on Facebook. So please share this out and invite others to come and watch along with you. All right. So, a few content sources. You got your pen and paper? You ready to rock and roll? Content sources. I'm going to start with a real simple easy one. Since you're already here on the Book of Faces, I like to say, since you're already here, a very valuable place that you can go and listen to the conversation that people in your market are having is, drum roll, Facebook groups. So if you're in a Facebook group, I know a lot of people are in a laundry list of Facebook groups. They're in a laundry list of Facebook groups. Put those groups to work. Go in the group and just scroll through some of the things and see what kinds of questions people are asking in the comments. That'll tell you a lot. Now, if you really should be in groups that are geared toward having your ideal people. So that makes it easier. If you're in groups that are about your hobby or things like that, then that's totally different. But you want to go in groups that have your audience, that they've already gathered your audience. And you can go in, you can read comments. One of the things that you can do, you can search in the group using a particular word or phrase. I just, usually a word. And here is where you should understand what your keywords are. Okay, what your keywords are. So you go in that group. So, for example, and I might have talked about this before, you go, I go into a group and I put in branding. I usually don't do personal branding because most people aren't asking really about personal branding. Um, they're really asking about branding because a lot of people don't know that there's personal branding and then there's business branding. So I just do branding as a general search. That will give me all the posts and comments and things. It'll take me through every iteration of that word when I find it. So then I can decide, one, how long I'm going to sit there and, and go through that content, or go through that research. And also, do I want to provide an answer right there on the spot for someone, or do I want to look at that and say, you know what, this might be a question that a lot of other people are having, and I can create some content around it? Or maybe you already have some content and you can contribute your voice to the conversation because you've already created the content. You might have a blog post, you might have a video that you can refer people to. I know some of the groups have a lot of different rules about what you can and can't do, but you can always offer value or just use it as research. So that's one place where you can that you can go to and use as a content resource. Okay, it's research. It's research. I recommend to my clients every now and then to do what I call a listening campaign. A listening campaign. Just spend time listening what listening to what the market is saying. But you have to understand your market. You have to know who they are. You have to know where they are in order to get the best use of that time. You have to understand some things on a basic level. Okay? And you should know who your market is, who you're talking to, um, before you start doing this, because now you're trying to get into a space where you're trying to understand what their challenges are and how your solution is the answer to the challenge. How your solution is the answer to helping them reach a desired outcome. Okay? All right. So we said Facebook groups is a what? It's a content resource. It is. The comments in particular, because people ask a lot of questions in Facebook groups. They really do. And a lot of times they don't get answers. They go unanswered because some groups are so, there's so much activity that people miss it or whatever. But there are a lot of um, questions in the comments in Facebook groups that don't get an answer. So that's an opportunity for you to either answer, offer value with offering your content, or just creating something, because now you see that this is maybe a common question, especially when someone posts a question in the group and you see a lot of people say following. They're following because they want to know what the answer is going to be, because they're having the same challenge too. Okay, little nuances there that you can pay attention to inside of these groups. Put these groups to work. Just don't have them as a place where you're just hanging out, right? All right. So I just did a lipstick check. If you, that was just a lipstick check. I was like, because I always have lipstick on my tooth. All right. So let's see where else. There's a website called uh, Quora. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Quora is Quora. Quora. And that website, people ask all kinds of questions. Again, you can go on, do a research, See what people are asking in your areas. So I would look in the areas of branding, personal branding, um, social media, so maybe social media marketing. Um, what else? Speaking. I would look in those areas that I have knowledge around, expertise with, experience with. So I have a list of words, and I would, search, or maybe a question, just to see what you get back. This is research. This is not the pretty work. This is not the pretty side of it. It is doing the research. But when you do the research, it'll help you get a better outcome, because now you're not just going, let me throw this spaghetti up here and see what happens. And a lot of us do that. We're spaghetti throwers. We've become professional spaghetti throwers because we're taking the spaghetti and we're throwing it up on the wall, and we're standing there going, okay, let me see what sticks. And that's how we approach our marketing. That's how we approach our content. That's how we approach everything we put out. That's why we see so many announcements, stay tuned, coming soon, and it's like nobody cares about that. What do you got for me today? That's something you really want to consider. What do you have for your market today in this moment? They're looking for an answer to their question, not another like coming soon announcement. Okay, I'm not gonna go down that path, but you get the point. You get the point. So you can go to uh Quora. Okay, I'm gonna spell it every time I say it because I don't know if I'm saying it properly. It's Quora. And it's a website that you can go to and see what people are asking. And then make note of maybe some of those top questions that are in your niche, that are in your area of expertise and knowledge, where your solution lies, and then create some content around it. All right. So there's one more resource that I want to give you for doing research and finding content, helping you to come up with your themes, your topics, and your talking points. And that is called Answer the Republic. Answer the Republic. And I think answertherepublic.com is a fascinating website for research because of just the way they break down the who, the how to, it'll like, I'll put in personal branding, and then it'll give me a bunch of how to thoughts or themes or whatever, or it'll give me what is the whatever as it relates to personal branding, and it'll say and I should have actually, and let me see, I just give me a minute, because I want you to see this, and see how it works just a little bit. So just give me a couple seconds, because I'm going to answer. I'm going to actually pull it up so you can see. I'm going to add it to the. Oops. I'm going to add it to the screen. I'm going to add it to the screen. Just give me 2 ticks. Let me make sure it's showing up properly. Yes, it is. Okay. So here's what I want you to see, what this Answer the Public looks like, because I found it to be fascinating. So see, it says discover what people are asking about. And that's what you want to know. What are people asking about? As you can see, I've already done a little search here. So we're going to do personal branding. Now it says use 1 to 2 words for the best results. Okay. It's saying enter a topic, a brand, or a product. So you can kind of find out what people are asking about. So then we're going to hit search. Personal branding. Now I go down to, okay, so it's taking a moment. Of course, it would be doing this while I'm trying to show you uh, how it works. Yeah. See, this is hilarious. I wanted to show you how it works. And yeah. Let's see. Let me see if I know. Okay. Awesome. See that wheel looking thing? Look at this. So we can start here. What's personal branding? Is personal branding important? Will personal branding replace the logo trend? What personal branding is not? What personal branding is not and what it should be. Okay. What's personal branding and why it's important? What is personal branding photography? These are things that people are asking because they pull this data, they pull it actually from Google. There's some place on Google, and I read it before, but I can't remember. They actually pull these are real like questions that people are asking. All right. Let me see. How personal branding helps. How to personal brand yourself, how to build a personal brand, how to create a personal brand. Okay. So there's that. And then it just goes personal branding for college student examples, personal branding on Instagram. I mean, this is like an endless supply of content ideas. I mean, like totally endless supply. Okay. So I use personal branding. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go back. Let me see if we could do something else. Let's do something fun. Let's see. Anybody, let's do something fun. Some fun topic. Let's do ice cream. Let's just see. Let's see what the results are going to be. This guy here cracks me up. But anyway, let's see what the ice cream is going to say. Okay, so it's taking a second because it's going out, gathering the data, getting everything that it needs. Um, yeah, so if it doesn't happen quickly, we'll just move on. Oh, here we go. But look at this. Can ice cream be refrozen? Where does ice cream come from? Where ice cream in it? So you could do a whole who invented who invented ice cream? You can see what's here and it's pulling, but you can rephrase it, right? Um, oh, look at all of that. Will ice cream keep me awake? Will ice cream make my cough worse? I mean, this is some of this is hilarious, but what ice cream is vegan? These are topics that you could come up just about ice cream because this is what people are talking about. Amazing, right? Totally, totally amazing. So I wanted to show you that because I thought it was really, really cool. And I thought it was really, really cool because it's a great resource to find content that you can share with your followers, that you can create around your expertise, your knowledge, your skill set, and you can take your people, take your followers, take them on a journey, of understanding what their challenge is, creating um, different types of content around it. Remember, we said images, we said video, we said blog posts, we said audio. It could be quotes, it could be a bunch of things, different ways that you can take this, even the same piece of content, and just repurpose it. And if you haven't gotten the download on the 10 ways you can repurpose one live video, make sure that you check the link. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the comments. Facebook apparently doesn't like, I have a redirect on my URL, and they just don't like it. They just don't like it. So when you click on it, it doesn't take you anywhere. So I have to give you the um, actual link so you could get that download. That download of 10 ways you can repurpose one live stream. And you can apply that to any of your other content as well. So I hope that this series on content creation and planning and marketing was helpful for you. I know it's a lot to take in, but there's a lot you can do with it. There is a lot you can do with it. It is easily implementable. I gave you the 3 T's planning solution, right? And if you just sit down and map out 1 month worth of content doing that, you will have honestly learned something, and you've been able to implement what you learned. Hello, Dr. Eugenia. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks so much for watching. So that's the key. Now it's time for implementation. You've gotten the information. Now it's time for implementation. Okay. Because most times people stop at, oh, that was good information. That is honestly, in full transparency, that is a comment, that is a statement that drives me bananas. It really, really does. Because to me, it just says, oh, thanks, I got the information. Okay, well, what are you going to do with it? And a lot of us are not intentional about implementing what we've received in terms of information. So instead of, oh, that was great information, thank you. No, all right. My next step is, now it's time for me to implement. Thank you for the information. So now I can go implement. We just get stuck in, or we stay in, oh, this is great information. What are you going to do with it? I can say that because I'm an information hoarder. Okay, flat out. I hoard information, and I had to learn how to go. No, no, no. You have to implement. What are you going to implement? Even if you just implement one thing. So, what are you going to implement? For you, with what we've talked about with the content, here's what you can implement. You can implement your 30-day, and actually, I have a couple things that I can send you. So if you sign up on the link that I'll share here in the comments, in the description, from wherever you're watching, when you sign up for that, I'm going to send you a worksheet for your 3T content planning, and I'm going to send you an example of a 30-day social media calendar. Now I'm going to give you the tools you need to implement. And then you don't have no excuse. I've showed you how to find the content. I've showed you how to plan the content. I've showed you all the different ways you can use the content. Now the rest is up to you. So meet me over in the Build Your Iconic Personal Brand community on Facebook. I would love to welcome you there. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure you click the links as soon as we're done. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm going to put it in the description as soon as I'm done, and make sure that you get your download for the 10 ways you can repurpose one live stream. It's a game changer. I didn't say it. You guys did. Thank you so much for watching. This is Cheryl Pullins of CherylPullins.com, your iconic brand strategist, where we help multi-passionate women shine their brightest light, share their message, shine their brightest light, share their message, and serve more people by going from generic to iconic. See you next time.